With Carowinds' recent announcement of Aeronautica landing, a new 2023 themed area themed to aviation, I decided to head out to the park to check on construction progress. Along with that, I will be giving you general park updates, so make sure to watch until the end to see everything going on at Carowinds. Please note that this video is completely free to use, as long as proper credit is given either in the description or on video screen to Zero G coasters. When I got into the park, I noticed that the main stage in the main plaza of Carowinds, which is normally used for entertainment and events, was being renovated temporarily. Most of it was blocked off, and I'm not sure why, because Grand Carnival ended a month ago. So they're either making general renovations, or they just do not have time to get around and fix it. Since I went on a Saturday, it was absolutely slammed by the video that I'm showing right now, and once they opened the cutoff point, I went towards the back of the park. Before doing that though, I stopped at Nighthawk. Not a lot was happening in the station area of Nighthawk, although I could see some parts being moved around all the way in the back staging area. According to what I've heard, Nighthawk is still awaiting a part from Vekoma, and since the Flying Dutchman model is very, very rare and is now discontinued, the part is really hard to come by, and that's why the ride has been closed and has not even tested. This ride should be on track to open for the 2023 season, but at this point I don't have any hope in seeing it open this year. I also passed by Windseeker, and that was my first time seeing it operate this season. It's had a pretty shaky year, and I won't go into detail on that because I will probably get a channel strike if I do that, but if you know, you know. For my first ride of the day, I did Copperhead Strike, a mock multi-launch coaster, and this ride was surprisingly good, especially for being in the morning when the ride has not warmed up yet. I did a circle around the park and went over to the Fury 325 area. On the way, I noticed some pretty small updates with some signs and advertisements in the Carolina Boardwalk section. I also tried to snack a ride on Carolina Cyclone, but it was not open yet, so I did not get to ride it. And Fury at that point was over an hour in queue time, so I just decided to circle back to the front of the park. On the way, I noticed that the Jukebox Diner has not been renamed or have a new menu yet, as at most parks that had a Jukebox Diner has been renamed to the Coasters Drive-In. I passed by the old Rip Roarin' Rapids entrance, and I saw there was some construction work back there with a boom crane, so it's probably them prepping it for Carowinds, when that area normally turns into a haunted house of some sorts. I went around to back where I started, and went all the way around to Afterburn. But on the way, I noticed that there was something going on by the Sky Coaster, and that was a VIP lodge being built. This is of course for the Prestige Pass members. So if you have a Prestige Pass, this new lounge is across the way from the Sky Coaster and next to that giant Carowinds sign by Nighthawk. After that, I went over to Afterburn, a B&M inverted coaster. I got a front row ride on this, and while the back row is definitely better, this row still gives some pretty good positives and incredible amounts of whip in the Batwing. While over in that area, I checked up on the South Gate, where there was not much work going on, just some barriers fencing it off from the rest of the park. And now is the time you guys have been waiting for. It is time to view the construction progress of Aeronautica Land. My first view was over from Afterburn on the top of the hill. I looked down and saw where Yo-Yo used to be, but that was no longer a thing. There is just cleared ground almost everywhere. Looking at the whole construction site, there are just cranes and trucks and moving stuff everywhere, but there is really nothing left. The only thing remotely close to being left in the crossroads area is the bumper cars, and those are staying and being refueled. I got another view and saw where Southern Star would originally be, but there was no Southern Star to see at all. The construction crew has been very, very efficient at getting this area cleaned up and starting construction as soon as possible for the new area to get it open by opening day next year. This is very exciting to see Carowinds' worst area being transformed into one of their best, and I think they've been making great progress recently. To check out what the Prestige Pass is and what it will do at Cedar Fair Parks, make sure to check out this video with the card on screen. Anyways, that is it for this construction update. As always, have a great rest of your day, and see you guys.